Hello and welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. Today we're going to do a minor 2-5-1 exercise that I made up this weekend, and I think you're going to like it. I'm always trying to find ways to make my hearing better, to make myself be able to hear notes that are difficult to hear. This is an exercise that will work for singers and instrumentalists alike, especially pianists. First, I'm going to show you about how a singer or a horn player or a single note instrument player can benefit from this. And then I'll show you an even more advanced piano exercise that you can do. Okay, in this exercise, we're going to start on a C minor 2-5-1. So we start with a D half diminished, and then a G7. I'm going to keep my chord voicings extremely simple. And this is the line that we're going to sing. We're going to start on the flat 5 of the 2 chord, and we're going to go la, da, da, da. Now, this is why I'm keeping my chord voicings very simple, is because the next thing that we sing is the thing that we're working on. We're going to go like this. So that's a triad built on the flat 5 of the G7 chord. And then we're going to end on the 9. So this D note of the C minor chord. Let's sing it together. La, da, 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 da. Okay, now, it's easy to do it with me, but it's hard to hear those notes alone. So that's the purpose of the exercise, so that you can actually hear that triad built on the flat 5. So we've got the flat 5, the 7, and the flat 9. So it's an altered extension. And it's hard to hear before it actually comes out. It's hard to hear how that's going to sound. In order to make your playing the most authentic, you need to understand how what you are going to play next is going to sound before it comes out of your instrument. That's why I think this is a valuable exercise for singers and for instruments that can only play single notes at a time, as well as for pianists, guitarists, and vibes. La, da, da, da. Can you hear the next note? This one. Do. The next note's this one that's already down. Can you hear it? And this one. And the octave. And we end on the 9 of the tonic, or a D on a C minor chord. All right, a little quicker. Yes, okay, now the next trick is that we're going to turn, in order to make it an exercise, we're going to turn the C minor chord into the half diminished chord to start our next key. So we're going to move to the key of B flat minor now. That will be our new tonic. So we're going to take this C minor chord that we ended on, and we're going to flat the 5, basically. All right. So we do our first exercise. Now we're going to do it in the next key. So everything's going to drop a whole step in order to do it in B flat minor. See that? And this is one of the fun parts of this exercise, I think, because in order to move from C minor to B flat minor, here's our C minor. Let me get your ears set again. Now, I need you to hear this note. This is the next starting note. So it's a tricky jump. I need you to hear it. Let's try. And now we've got a C half diminished chord. Can you hear it? It's a B natural over an F7 chord. Do, 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 do. And this is the 9 of the B flat minor chord. Now we have to turn the B flat minor chord into the 2 chord, and there's the note we need to sing. It's hard to hear. Da, da, very important to go really slowly. Make sure you can sing every note, and you can just play very, very simple voicings here. Take yourself through all 6 keys like this, because if you start in C minor, you go to B flat minor, you go to A flat minor, you go to G flat minor, you go to E minor, and then D minor, and you're back on C minor. Now that is how you go through 6 of the keys. In order to do the other 6, all you have to do is, instead of starting in C minor, you just start in C sharp minor. Makes sense? And then you can do all of those keys. So that would mean that your first half diminished chord in the key of C sharp minor is a D sharp half diminished chord. So that would be the note that you start on. Da, do, 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 do. It's a D. And then you go down a whole step, and that takes you through the other 6 keys. I kind of have double duty today. I've got a festival to get to, but I'm not finished explaining to you. So I'll do it while I drive, and I promise I won't look at the camera. Just driving and talking, driving and singing. So another important thing for you to be able to do is to sing these notes, to sing this exercise while you're away from a piano. It's way harder, but it's pretty fun and I think valuable. Okay, so I think the key of C minor, and my starting note will be an A flat. How'd I do? You can see the little way that I'm cheating. You can call it cheating. I can call it cheating if I want to, but it's helping myself. Really, what I'm doing is helping myself. So, back to D half diminished, I think. Okay, so there's my A flat. If I go through this, now the way that I can find the flat 5 of the C half diminished chord is to actually sing the C. So I end on the 9th, la, and I'm gonna go la, la. So there's my C minor chord, and there's the 5th of it, and I drop it a half step to start my next exercise, or the next key. La, da, 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 da. And I have it in my head that that's a B. E, D sharp, F sharp, B, C. And then I sing the B flat, down an octave, B flat, D flat, F, E, and there's the starting note for my next one. Do you see how it works? And so the goal is to get through 6 keys and then to check yourself and see if you can be in tune in the end. It's a worthy goal. I think you guys are up to it. Okay, I'm back from my festival, back in the house, and I just listened to what I recorded and I was actually in tune. So yay, Aimee! Always helpful to try to be able to sing things without your instrument. Now the real challenge would be if I dropped everything a half step and then see if I could stay in tune. Not doing it today. All right, I told you I would show you the piano exercise. Let's do that. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, real quick before I show you the piano exercise, is just show you how to put this lick into a tune. So how about There Will Never Be Another You? Because right here is the minor 2-5. Okay, so let's try. La da 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 da. Not bad. should find all tunes where you can slip it in there and slip it in there. And just work on it a whole bunch. And then this will be another thing that just enters into your playing and enters into your singing, and you'll be able to blow people away with your incredible knowledge of altered extensions and everything. Just blow them away. All right, so here is how our piano exercise is going to go. The left hand is going to do some kind of arpeggios. It's going to outline the half diminished chord, just like that. And then it's going to outline the dominant chord like this. 1, 3, 7, 3. And then just play some kind of voicing for the minor chord. It doesn't really matter. So you start out here. 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. And then 1, 3, flat 7, or dominant 7, 3. Now you do that while you play the exercise. So. That makes sense? So you're just playing quarter notes for these. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is the part, it's not so hard to do in the first key, but then when you modulate, so that now your C chord becomes the half diminished chord. Now watch. It's a little trickier. I'll tell you why it's complicated. It's because you're outlining a major triad with this hand at the same time that you're outlining a dominant triad that's completely different with your other hand. So let's stay in the key of B flat minor for now. That part's not so hard. But here comes the hard part. These are going to be a tritone away. All right? So you kind of have to set your right hand up to play that B major triad. And you kind of have to set your other part of your brain up to play in F7. Okay? We could have done this anyway. I could have done. I tried a few different ways. We could have done a few different things, but I actually really like the way that these notes sound together. We've got 2 tritones right there. Minor third, major ninth. Let's drop it another step. Can you hear the next note if we drop it? If the B flat minor becomes our new half diminished chord. Oh, that was a tiny bit flat. Okay, let's try. Is time to tune my piano again. Now we do it again. And the last time. You drop it a half step and do the other 6 keys. Does that make sense? So the last step is to sing along while you do this. And then just go through all the keys singing along with it too. It gives your brain just one more thing to think about. If you can't handle that, don't do it. Stop at the first step on this video. But just, we're moving along here, trying to get a little more advanced and trying to challenge you a little bit more. All right, don't forget to put it into a tune. That's very important. Find all manner of tunes that have minor 2-5-1s, all manner 2 minor. And just let her go, do it. What do we have? Right? Where is it? Just Find them all, practice it. Don't just let it be an exercise. We don't ever want you to get really, really bored and frustrated because it's going to tax your mind. Never want to just wallow in how badly you're doing at any exercise. If you're having a hard time with it, go to a tune. Go get, and improvise. Have some fun on that E flat chord. Have some fun. Let yourself do whatever you want on the E flat chord, and then you always have to play the lick when you get to the minor 2/5. We can make a fun little game out of it. If you'd like to make a video of yourself using this minor 2/5 lick, let's make a hashtag for it. You can put it on Twitter or Instagram or even Facebook if you have a public profile. And let's call the hashtag, what will we call it? Let's just call it Aimee's minor 2/5. So AIMEES MINOR 2/5, like the number 2, number 5. Why are we leaving off the 1? Aimee's minor 2/5 1. Sounds good. Let's do it. So get creative with it. You can post yourself just playing the exercise. You can post yourself putting the lick into a tune. If you come up with a different way to practice it, by all means, just whatever happens organically in your own practicing and playing, go ahead and let me know. Let everybody know. You can go search the hashtag and we'll see what everybody's doing with this one. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching Aimee Nolte Music. Have fun with your minor 2/5 1s and teach yourself to hear something that you already don't hear. I'll see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.